The following segment is sponsored by Smith Injury Law and 300hurt.com.
Most people strive to be safe drivers. Everybody wants to avoid accidents, but there's a mistake a lot of people are making before they even get behind the wheel, and that's not purchasing enough insurance. Attorney Richard Smith is here from Smith Injury Law. Hi, Richard.
Good morning, Margaret.
So the term full coverage would make somebody think that they are covered, but that's not necessarily the case, right?
Exactly. That's like the term vice president. Vice president can mean anything from somebody that's very important. It could mean somebody that has a little office in the closet, so you don't know what that term means. That's the same thing with full coverage. Most people think full coverage, they think collision coverage, because that means if you're at fault in an accident, your property damage is covered, and usually the finance companies or the banks require you to maintain that coverage if you have a financed vehicle.
Well, you say it's important for people to just take time, understand insurance coverages and stacking of insurance policies. What do we need to consider?
Well, basically what you need to understand is if you have multiple vehicles, it's important that you have underinsured coverage on each vehicle. Underinsured coverage is coverage that helps you if the person that hits you doesn't have enough insurance. South Carolina's minimum limits is $25,000 per person, $50,000 per accident on bodily injury. That is easily exhausted if somebody has a serious injuries in the hospital. So make sure that you've got underinsured. That's the only thing that protects you against somebody else's negligence. And it's an optional coverage. So if you don't buy it, if you don't select it, you don't get it. And you have to waive it, but a lot of people do waive it, not realizing what they're doing.
Well, one really easy way to understand all this is by reading through the book you authored, 10 Critical Mistakes to Avoid If You're Injured in a Car Wreck. Tell us your mission in writing that book.
Well, like the same thing we do on these programs is to educate the public. There are multiple ways to advertise. You can advertise in a very aggressive way, just shouting out your name, shouting out your phone number, or you can try to give some useful information. And that's why I wrote the book, is so people can understand and avoid making those 10 mistakes.
Yep. And you make it really easy to read too. It's not full of attorney lingo. Anybody watching can request the book from you. There's a lot of valuable information there. Before we go, tell us a little bit about your practice, the types of cases you handle at Smith Injury Law.
Well, I'm licensed in both South Carolina and North Carolina. I've been practicing for over 30 years. Myself and my partner, Scott Becky, have a lot of experience. He's got, over 25 years experience. And we are both licensed in both states. And we handle automobile accidents, workers' compensation claims, and Social Security disability claims ourselves. We don't have young associates or paralegals handling the case. We do the cases ourselves, with help from a very good staff that we have that are very experienced also. But anytime you have a question, you can get in touch with your attorney, and you can actually meet us and talk to us and not only see us on TV.
Well, people love being able to work with you directly. The number is on screen now. You can get in touch with Richard Smith by calling 300HURT or visit 300hurt.com. Richard Smith from Smith Injury Law, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Margaret.